all the years that I've wasted trying to find it, all that I go through for my peace of mind. Let it all go out the window, no smoke in my eyes. I can hear the wind chiming. It's always been you in the back of my mind. Early blue morning, when everything's cold, I see you running, all covered in gold. There's nothing else that eases my soul. I let it all go out the window, no smoke in my eyes. I can hear the wind chiming. It's always been you in the back of my mind. When there are other
Welcome to Free Live Tarot Readings. I'm TarotOracle and I do the readings. What is going on? Cheryl, thank you for your donation. Andrea, thank you for your donation. Amy, Crystals and Paint, and Mana's Talk Sessions. What is going on? Let's start the show.
It's 6:30. Time for the Tarot Oracle Show.
All right, let's see. We'll do the Art Nouveau. I think we'll do the Art Nouveau, a little bit of that really early in the stream here. We are going to fix the Tarot Tower again. So the computer rebooted without me, without asking me. It was really convenient. So now everything's broken. And did I fix it? Did I fix it? Yes, I did. There we go. All right. The Art Nouveau Tarot. Mana's Talk Session. Thank you for your donation, Maxie. Welcome to the channel. What is going on? Lady, what's up? Bambo Lady Stardust. What is up? How are you doing? Let's see. What did Bambo Lady Stardust type before she retracted it? See, I can see these things now. Is she coming? I have no idea if she's coming. All right, Andrea, let's answer your question first. Will P be happy about the surprise that they don't even know about? Chantel, welcome. How you doing? Terry, good to see you again. Amy, what's up? All right. Terry, the person that everybody knows. All right. Let's see. Will they be happy about the trip? Is this something to be excited about? Is something when they find out about it, they are going to be doing a herky in midair? Is this something like that, Andrea? I think that that they're not going to be as surprised as you think. I think they see it coming a little bit, not 100%, not 100%. I think they see it coming just a little bit. You have strength next to the tower, sort of like we're preparing for it. We know something is coming. We know something is up. We have that courage. We have the commitment. We have everything that we need with that power to go into the tower moment. Because I think the tower moment is coming. The surprise sort of launches into something that's going to be, sort of fun and interesting. The tower sometimes is not always bad. I mean, sometimes you indeed have a tower moment that's not half bad at all, because you need to clean out things. You need to move to that next level. You need to expand and grow and sort of get to that next big thing. And the tower definitely sort of shoves you that way, like it or not. So the page says a lot of times the tower is going to sort of, shuffle around a little bit of that stability. Maxie, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. It'll shuffle around a little bit of that stability, but overall, yes, they're going to be happy about it. The world is such a great end to any card reading, especially when you're talking about a surprise, some information that they don't know about. They may know it. They kind of sense it. They kind of feel it coming because they are making preparations for that tower moment. But overall, I think they're going to be pretty pleased with it. Pretty pleased with it indeed. That world card at the end means all kind of good things are headed that way. Cheryl, thank you for your donation. How is that teacher opportunity gonna go? Let's do the divine masculine. Divine masculine. I really like this deck. I really do like this deck. I am enjoying it. Cindy, thank you for your donation. I appreciate it, but my hands are kind of small, so it's hard to wrap them around this deck. You know, you got to have big hands to wrap around my deck. That is for sure. But getting around this deck is kind of challenging when you have small hands. All right, Cindy, how does a Leo feel about me? There you go. All right. So let's see about that. Cheryl, how is this teacher opportunity going to go? Is this where you need to be? Is this the finale? Is this something where you're going to have fun, entertainment value, etc., etc.? King of Cups. You do like the teacher opportunities. You do. All right, this is something that you have enjoyed, something that you enjoy helping people. You enjoy children, interacting with children, and the teacher opportunity is going to give you that plays and that good launch, that good kickstart as you sort of go through that. The King of Cups, though, says you have mixed feelings about it. Temperance is one of those things where you have that blend, right? Because Temperance card a lot of times is about not only balance and getting the water between cups and whatnot, but it's also about the dynamicism between or the dynamics between one thing and the next. Cheryl, thank you for your donation. It's dynamics between one thing and the next. So you do like working with kids, but at the same time, the kids sort of work your nerves sometimes. It is something where you feel like you go home and you're tired. It is a lot of work. It's a lot of things, but you know, at the same time, it's rewarding and you enjoy it. So there's that dynamic between that. That's where Temperance points to. Two of Pentacles basically says that this is not exactly the best job for you. If you are looking for a teacher opportunity, if you are looking for a teacher opportunity, okay, with an adult learner, well, then it's still, you have that dynamic in the process anyway. The Two of Pentacles says this is not going to be your best opportunity for teaching. Definitely not going to be that big opportunity that you're looking for. So if you are interested in getting into teaching, it looks like that you have something later on that will be a little bit better of an opportunity. That Two of Pentacles, definitely making the choices and whatnot. And the Keeper of Wands as well says it is, like you're talking about, a lot of fire, a lot of work, a lot of things. Because you have the Keeper of Wands has that flame, has that fire. And that energy and that effort sometimes just may not pan out for you. Overall, it just looks like a lot of work, a lot of things to do, a lot of aspects in there that you're not going to enjoy at the end of the day. So if you're looking for teaching, basically the cards say, you know, you may want to hold off. You may want to hold off onto the next big opportunity. Mana's Talk Sessions wants to know. Question is the first comment. Should I take my trip to Dubai from March to April? Let's check that out with a little bit of the Dubai trip. Oh, what are we going to use? I think it has been a hot minute since we have used this one, the Modern Witches Tarot. The Modern Witches Tarot, indeed. Lady, what is up? Tarot and such, welcome. How you doing? Good to see you. Tammy, welcome as well. We got the whole crew here tonight. Everybody's here. It's a Tuesday night. We are rocking it. Can't wait till the weekend. That's for damn sure. I can't wait for the weekend. Like the weekend needs to come immediately. Immediately. Midnight meditations. I need to email you tonight. Midnight, because Saturday at noon, we're going to do a top 10 tarot decks of all time. So if you could come, that'd be great. I know you got the little ones and whatnot, but if you can multitask it, hey, it's going to be a casual, not going to be anything formal, you know? All right. Anyway, I'll email you, so we'll set that up. Page of Wands is sort of good here. Page of Wands, Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, and the King of Wands. Basically, if you're looking for taking a trip, you don't really have anything that would indicate to go. The Page of Wands says you're kind of hesitant about this or something as you do. I mean, there's something as you sort of progress through here that that makes you hesitant about it. You almost feel like there's something that is sort of waiting. There's something that is going to be a little bit challenging. But overall, you know, that you do have this plan, you've had this plan, and this is going to be something that you're going to enjoy in the long run. You have all court cards, which is just wild. I mean, very rarely do you have that situation that basically points you towards other people. What other people are going to be interacting with this? What else is happening? Who are you going with? What other expectations is going to be sort of rolling through here. But I mean, there is that. So if you're looking for basically other people, you're looking for how other people are going to react to it. You're looking for how other people are going, if they're going with you, how they're sort of planned with it and whatnot. But overall, it feels like this is very dependent upon that. So I would definitely consult with anybody else who's going and figure out, you know, what is the dynamic that is working here. But overall, I would say go. I mean, if you have a go, don't go decision, go, no go decision, and all of that stuff. Linda and the Star Tarot, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. But yeah, overall, I would say go. If you have a choice between A or B, I would say do it just because of this. But again, this is very people dependent. It is very, the dynamic is very thick here for trying to get other people involved with that and other people's opinions about that. Like what is going on? Basically, this is almost being controlled by somebody else, or the dynamic is being controlled by somebody else. That's okay, Midnight Meditations. We will see you next time. Okay, all right. Let's see, I'd like to know how my future work at work is coming in the next few months or the next 2 months, or what is the future at Maxie's place of employment, because we would love to get more money in that particular place of employment. Let's see if we can do it by using the Bumbleberry Hollows. There we go. Thank you, Star Tarot. Appreciate that. Amanda, let me know what your question is. And throw it down with a little Bumbleberry over here for Maxie. Maxie, first time on the channel. We got a lot of first timers. You know what that means. A lot of first timers means, you know, let's do the money trick. If it's your first time, by the way, I mean, we do have some first timers. Some people may be watching the stream later, going to be wondering what the money trick is. It basically says you got $1, $2, $3, $4, $5. And that's really all the money that you got. You want more money. Everybody needs more money other than $5. $5 doesn't really buy a lot, especially with the hyperinflation we're going to get. You just snap your fingers like that, and it turns into $100, which is what you need. This is what you need, because now you can actually afford something. Now you can get a loaf of bread or whatever after the hyperinflation. I mean, I'm just saying, this is more money. This fat cash is going to be a little bit more money than what you had previously. So there you go. All right, let's check it out. Let's see. Maxie, like to know future 2 months of work. CJ, thank you for your donation. Amanda, I got your question. I appreciate it. All right. Thank you again, Star Tarot, for hosting Amanda. Let's see what is going to happen here. How the future work in the next 2 months is going to go. 8 of Wands is kind of interesting. And the Hermit, are you leaving? Are you exiting? Are you getting some new opportunity there? Or do you have some other place to go? Are you making a lateral move? Like, what exactly is sort of happening there? What is happening there? It's sort of interesting. Hierophant does point to work, does point to your employment, your place of employment, where everything is going to be. The Hierophant sort of points that out. It says, yes, this is work. This is where you work. This is where you're sort of getting into. Naughty by Nature, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. It looks like you're leaving. You're thinking about leaving. You're looking to leave. You're getting to leave. You have an opportunity. Maybe find something else. The Queen of Cups is pretty good. It's just this disappointment, or this feeling that emotions are being squelched, or emotions are being pushed down. You're not given the opportunity. You're not given the respect, all the things that you've earned. It seems like you're just not cashing out on that, right? High Priest, thank you for your donation. The Hierophant says that it's a little too much for you overall. overall the weight sort of gets on you. And the Eight of Wands, you're sort of looking to leave, looking to exit, looking for something a little bit better. Do you sort of find something better? Hermit says it is something where you do see some opportunities developing, but, you know, overall, is it something that you should jump into, quit your job or anything like that? You know, obviously, you know, that's your thing. Entertainment purposes only. But you're thinking about leaving, you're looking to leave, and the Hermit points to the destination being okay, or getting into something else, or finding other opportunities. So obviously there is that. So if you're looking for the future of work, it talks about disappointment. It talks about work is not giving you what you need. And I think what you need not only is going to be money, it's going to be, but appreciation as well. A lot of times we do a lot of hard work. We really go overboard. We go way, way beyond what we should. And we just don't get any appreciation for that. It makes us feel like, why did I even bother? And it's sort of one of those things, right? Man, I thank you for your donation. But overall, it just looks like that leaning towards exits and sort of getting out, basically. You know what I mean? All right. Let's see what we got going on next. We have Cindy. How does a Leo feel about me, Cindy? Let's see how they feel about you, indeed, by using my tarot. My tarot, Cindy. This is out of print, but I'm reprinting it soon. Wednesday, I'm actually going to order from that company, and after a couple of weeks, I should have more of these. Should have a few more of these. By the way, if you wonder what the hell these are, it's the Waterfall Tarot. Now, Naughty by Nature. Bad idea to meet up with the D. Naughty by Nature. Naughty by nature, it's always good to meet with the D because
Everybody loves the D.
I'm just saying, the D, we appreciate the D on this channel. The D is one of our favorite things ever. I mean, it is. It's one of the, that's one of the biggest topics that you can find right here. Okay. All right. How does Leo feel about me, by the way? Oh, the Page of Cups is interesting. Queen of Swords, Star, and the Six of Cups. They have a good connection. They have a deep connection. Not something like not something like more of a, just this passionate love type thing, but they have this sort of this deep connection where they can talk, where they can communicate, where it just feels right communicating. It feels like there's a lot of good things happening. There's a lot of easy communication, easy sort of things like that. Emotionally, you're sort of disconnected, though. A little bit of that disconnect as it goes. Page of Cups, is it like the emotional stuff just hasn't started up yet? It's slowly developing. It's sort of moving into the next stage, and it just takes a while. It takes a while. It's like warming up. You start the car when it's cold. You just got to let it warm. Got to let it warm up. And that's where the Page of Cups is. Queen of Swords says, overall, there is a weird dynamic here. It's not something that's just terminal or terrible. There's just this odd dynamic. Like sometimes things just don't work, or things just aren't where they need to be, or there's this back and forth. Sometimes it just doesn't make sense, or it could be a little bit better and things like that. The star says ultimately this is somebody that you are drawn to, and you sort of can't figure out why. Right? You can't figure out why you're drawn to this person. It just feels like that. You sort of think about the person and you're like, well, I really would like to get something going. I really would like to get some communication, whatnot. You will have a connection there. There will be a connection, but it just won't be anything that's just deeply emotionally moving, as you would see like in the Page of Cups, just sort of holds it back. Now, that doesn't say it can't be in the future. It's just slow to develop, like warming up a car, basically. So there you go. There you go. What do we got going on next? Cheryl, how can I avoid the conflict with the boss? Oh, my. Cheryl, are you making the boss mad? Cheryl, what are you doing over there? Are you making that boss angry? Don't make them angry. You wouldn't like them when they're angry. All right, for this one, let's use the Wizard Tarot. And do that. Do all that to it. All that with the Wizard Tarot action and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? How do you manage the anger and frustration? when the supervisor kicks me in the ass, I just talk back and just leave the job. Well, that's not good. All right. How can I avoid conflict with those bosses? Because sometimes they can be annoying. You gotta figure out what to do here. Let's see. The boss is making me angry. Hopefully you don't turn into the Incredible Hulk when you're angry. I'm just saying. As far as conflict goes, the Five of Wands is the perfect card for this. This is literally the perfect card for this. It talks about strife. It talks about sometimes the boss just doesn't care. They're just going to do what they do without any regard for somebody else. And you know, it just not one of those things that you really want to deal with, that Five of Wands, that strife, that things like that. One of the big problems is you don't feel like anybody is on your side. You don't feel like anybody is on your side. You're in the hermit position. It's like I have to do this on my own. I have to throw this out on my own. And I'm going to have to deal with this whether I like it or not. Because basically, you know, that's sort of where you're stuck with. And exiting may be an option. The Chariot does say that it depends on how bad the boss is. I mean, if the boss is going to be a complete a-hole, then number one, they probably not going to give you a raise. Number two, you're probably not going to get a promotion. Number three, you're probably just going to be like burned out and feeling low and feeling down when you leave every day because the boss is just, you know, bickering at you and whatnot. Overall, there's a lot of disadvantages, and the Chariot sort of means that we do look for that way out. We're thinking maybe this could not be where, maybe this shouldn't be where I'm at, right? Maybe there's some better opportunities, bigger opportunities. It sort of does work our nerves. Six of Pentacles says basically, you know, if you can, if this is important to you, if you can leave, which the Chariot points to, then you got to sort of approach them and try to find out what they need. Like, what do you need? Like, what is the root problem here? If it's just that they're an emotional wreck and they're taking that out on you, you can't do anything about that. But if they have some expectations about you that you haven't been meeting in their eyes or whatever, maybe you can talk to them and find out, you know, what do you see me doing? What do you need from me? And maybe I can sort of adjust to that or let them know that you're working on it, right? Let them know that you're working on it. So that way they're not going to bicker at you. They know that you're trying. They know that you're working on it. They know that you're developing, because every boss understands that every employee is not perfect in their eyes. A lot of bosses have a lot of demands that nobody could ever meet, you know, ever. So that's one of the big problems here. But find out if what they expect, see if you can meet it. If not, you may want to look at that leaving option, basically. But because a lot of people are just mean. A lot of people don't really have any expectations for you, don't have a growth plan, a development plan for their employees. They're just an asshole. I mean, you know, that is an option. That is an option. That's a bad option, but sometimes that just is an option. Ideally, a good boss would have a development plan, would have a growth plan, basically, right? Star Tarot, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Linda, what deck should I laminate and use in the swimming pool this summer? Oh my. Oh my. Okay, we are going to let the tarot choose the deck that you should laminate. The tarot is going to choose the deck that you should laminate. All right. We are going to use a coordinate system. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 10. We got about 65 decks. So we are going to draw 2 cards and find out exactly the coordinates that we have here. And for this, we're going to use something with numbers in it. Something with numbers in it. This might hurt. This might hurt. I think it has some numbers in it. All right, we're going to draw 2 cards and get a number between 170. Or we're going to ask Echo. You know, Echo could be that. All right, we have 16 and 2. 16 and 2, that adds up to 18. So we 18. All right, let's look and see what is the 18th deck. And then we're going to have the characteristics of the deck that you need to do. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh my, we're going over here. This is an interesting one. This is, by the way, in case you don't know what this is, it is the Tattoo Tarot. This is a gift from Christina, the Tattoo Tarot. So overall, you are looking at a vibrant deck. If it's a tattoo deck, I think really, really leaning on this right here. Really leaning on this right here. Looking at a vibrant deck. You're looking at one with a lot of different colors. Sage Advice Tarot, thank you for your donation. You're looking for something that's similar to this, basically. Something that's similar. So you want vibrancy, you want a little bit of that mysterious in it, you know what I'm saying, with the eye. If you have a tattoo tarot, that's a shoe-in for this. You definitely have that unusual feel to it, the ethereal feel of we're looking through places. We're a little bit surreal imagery and whatnot. You know, the fire is definitely fire, the hanged man, and the lovers, lots of flowers, and just this vibrant type of deck right there. I think that is going to be your choice. And of course, if you have this deck, I think this is a natural win. That is a natural 100% win if you have that particular deck right there. All right, hosting Amanda again. Let's see what Amanda has to say. Let's go to Amanda's question over here. Where'd Amanda go? There we go. All right, it's raise time. If I will be given the promotion and raise that I have been talking about, let's see what about the raise, promotion, and whatnot. What's a good one for that? I'm leaning towards a Chiro Marchetti deck. Chiro Marchetti deck always, you know, it brings about a pretty good mood and all of that stuff. So let's see about that. All right. Boo Boo is missing in action. Boo Boo's taking a day off, maybe. Maybe Boo Boo's just hanging out with some friends, relaxing. Could be. All right. Oh, let's see what we're doing here with this Gilded Tarot Royale. Yeah, I mean, we got the promotion, raise, and whatnot. Yes or no question. Basically, we're just going to get it. We're going to get what we deserve. We're going to get all of that good stuff. How is that going to go? King of Swords, the Sun, Knight of Swords, and Six of Cups. The conversation definitely takes place. That is for sure. The conversation takes place. The Sun says that you do get some money. So money, I see money. I definitely see some money sort of falling in. We're looking good for getting a little bit of money. Is it a lot though? The Sun indicates that we do sort of shining through here, shining up on that. Knight of Swords is sort of interesting. We're sort of heading towards the Sun and whatnot, away from the Six of Cups. So I believe that you get some money. I would say like a single digit raise, basically single digit raise. As far as a promotion goes, the Knight is actually going in the opposite direction of where I would want them to go. If you're looking for a promotion, I'd be looking for some pentacles or something where you're moving up or moving out or sort of getting into that next stage. The King of Swords is sort of the totalitarian or somebody that has control over the situation. They want to give you new opportunities. They want to give you some sunshine and light up everything, right? Sunflower, thank you for joining us. What is going on? Everybody's wondering where you at. Dark Luna, welcome. How are you? Overall, again, I think you do get a raise. Not a huge raise. I do think that you get a raise. Promotion? A promotion? I just don't see anything. I don't see anything. The King of Swords says they're sort of holding it back in this particular instance. They're holding it back in this particular instance. We do have swords, though. I think they open up a conversation with you about the promotion. I said that they will, that they'll open up the conversation. So, I mean, that's basically it, you know? I'm willing to talk about the conversation. I'm willing to have the conversation about a promotion and maybe make a plan or something. But as far as sort of getting into that, I just don't see anything here that would indicate that. Dark Luna, thank you for your donation. So sorry about that. Again, I do think that you get some money, a little bit of money, but as far as the promotion, I just don't, I'm not seeing anything. that would indicate that at all. So sorry about that. I wanted to say yes. But it looks like it's a thumbs down. Sorry about that. All right, man. All right, CJ, a rough night. Love reading for the rest of the week. CJ, let's get it done. Get it done, CJ. Let's go with a little bit of that Thoth action there. You know what I mean? With the MM Moline deck, looking nice with the MM Moline stuff. Really like this deck. Let's see how it plays out tonight. Let's see if it's going to be kind to us. Is it going to be nice? Is it going to be kind? I don't know. Let's see. She's bummed. I'm sorry. I got to tell you what the tarot says. You know what I mean? Got to tell you what that tarot says. So Star Tarot said that I was right about a reading a long time ago. So apparently that just happened today. So yeah, I gotta stay true. Got to stay true to the news. All right. Love reading for the rest of the week. Princess of Discs, Strife, Two of Cups, and the Princess of Discs. This is interesting. The Prince and the Princess. These two go together like peanut butter and jelly. Like peanut butter and jelly, they go together. The Prince and the Princess. Now, it's interesting that they're discs. Love reading is that reach for stability. We're reaching for the stability. We're trying to get it. We're trying to get that in our life. And it seems that there's maybe a little bit of an awkwardness here. It feels like maybe that's not coming. Maybe that has some problems. And we say that it has a little bit of sort of things going on in there because we have strife with the Two of Cups. Getting together, coming together this week seems like it's a little challenged. Maybe plans change. Maybe people have a change of their mind. Maybe people don't have the time that they needed to get all that done. You have that intermix of things here. Definitely sort of the strife and the Two of Cups. You have the good, the bad, the sweet and the sour, the peanut butter and jelly. Mixing in here and coming up with a little bit of a dynamic that's going to be odd for the rest of the week for sure. We'd love to bring these two together, but there seems to be that little bit of separation between the fight, the non-fight, the back and forth. Again, it feels like bringing them together sure would be great, but it definitely is challenged to sort of get in that for the rest of the week. All right. A little bit of the MM Moline action going on over there. What do we got going next? By the way, if you're in the queue, it's quite long. I mean, it seems to be long every day now. It's long wait every day now. Basically, we were CJ here, and then we're sort of moving down the list. So we're moving down the list one at a time there. All right. Would Jay be okay with me replacing him? Naughty by Nature wants to know. Naughty by Nature is replacing everybody up there at the workplace. I don't know. Let's see. Well, this might hurt. This might hurt. So let's go with the This Might Hurt Tarot. Because if you're going to get replaced, you might as well be okay with it. Because a lot of times you don't have no choice. You know what I mean? May not have any choice. Just may not have that choice. Ooh, I love the way this shuffles. Love the way this shuffles. All right. Are they going to be okay with me replacing them? I mean, I don't know. We got the spinning tarot. I mean, what's going on with the card warping? I'm just saying. I mean, watch this. I mean, I'm just saying. Watch this. It's like this is what I got to deal with. This is what I got to deal with on a daily basis. All right. But let's see if they're going to be okay. Do we have any replacements? Do they have any replacements? Oh my, the Six of Swords being reversed, the Seven of Cups. I'm not saying that they're upset. I'm not saying that they're upset, but they don't see it as a good thing. There's a difference between that, right? They're not upset, but they definitely don't see this as a good thing. Again, a distinct difference here. The Six of Swords is moving from a place of that wasn't that great to a better place. The Six of Swords being reversed is they don't really see it that way. They don't really see it that way. Mad Kitty, thank you for your donation. Let me know what your question is. I greatly appreciate you. They don't really see it that way. And it would be great if they did, but there's reality. Seven of Cups says they have other opportunities. I mean, naughty, they got other opportunities. It's not like this person's going to be out on the street. They're not going to be couch surfing at their buddy's house. This is clearly not the issue. They have other places to go. They have other places to be. They have other things that they can do. And the Emperor says they have the ability to get into those. So that's going to be a very positive thing. They have the power to sort of pick up, recover from that, and be okay with that. The Empress says they're going to put on a fake persona to you and make it, if they have to leave, they're going to make it like it's okay. They're going to be a fake persona to you. They're going to be, fine, whatever. But the Six of Swords, no, they're not happy with it at all. So it's a little bit of a thumbs up and a thumbs down at the same time. I mean, I'm okay. I'm not going to be homeless, but at the same time, that kind of sucks. So, a little mix there. Never know what you're going to get on this show. Little mixture going on there. All right. High Priest had a question. High Priest wants to know, how well would things go with my new job that I start on the 22nd for working with the state of Texas? Basically, is the job going to be nice? Is it going to be a good job? I think it's basically what we got. Well, Anna K will let us know. Anna K is such a beautiful deck for literally every reading. So, High Priest, congratulations for working for the state of Texas, by the way. I don't know how close you are to Dallas, but that's where I'm at. I mean, there you go. All right. Oh, let's see. Everything. We got one. I mean, we got one. We'll navigate through this. State of Texas. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? You're able to accommodate it. Is it something that's beautiful and sunshiny and everything is great and everything goes well? I mean, the moon being reversed, you really feel out of your element. You're just sort of looking in there and you're like, man, I don't really know. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to be doing it. Nobody's really helping. You have one of those things where you need training, you need some more help, and you're just not really getting it. Queen of Cups says there's a big emotional disconnect between you and this job. It feels like that this job is like maybe you made a bad question or something. Lady, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you so much. It feels like you made a bad choice. You feel like that sometimes, not all the time. The Page is the spy, though. The Page of Swords, good at accommodating whatever comes their way. So if they get thrown a lemon, they'll make lemonade or whatever. It's one of them. You know what I mean? One of them. But the Page says you're able to accommodate it. You really could use some help. You really could use more training. You're lost in a bunch of different things as it goes there. Overall, Justice says that it's going to be a good and bad mixture. You're going to put up with it. You're going to deal with it. And over time, you're going to be able to accommodate what they want and what they need, which is going to be where you want to be. But will you go in there and you'll be like, oh my God, this is the best job I've ever had. I've never had anything this wonderful in my life. No, I don't think so. Will you be able to do it over time, get accustomed to it? Yes. So, again, not the best job in the world, but you survive. You make it okay. You're able to sort of, swim in the waves, swim in those tidal waves, and make a spot for yourself. Man, should I buy the morning after pill? Not wanting a pregnancy. Oh my. Okay, well, I think this falls under medical readings. What's a good morning after pill? Do we have any pregnant? I guess we go with a sex deck. What do you think? A little sex deck? All right. Oh yeah, got a sex deck here. This was a gift from Boo Boo, by the way. Thank you, Boo Boo. Again, I appreciate you so much. I don't know. We got a good humping deck. So before I do a medical reading, entertainment purposes only, because
everybody loves the D.
And I mean, I'm just saying. So it sounds like that somebody forgot some protection, I guess. And then we had some
music to make love to.
And afterwards, we're kind of concerned. We are kind of concerned about some swimmers. We are concerned about some swimmers. And should we take a morning after pill? Now, all right. This is entertainment purposes only. Never make medical decisions based upon a fat man reading your cards on the internet. That said, what do we got here? We got the Seven of Swords. Oh, I mean, look at that. There is that regret. Almost immediate regret. And there's that sword. I mean, I'm not saying you're going to stab him with the sword, but there is that regret that there was some sword action there. There definitely is going to be a little bit of influence over this as it goes. A little bit of influence as it goes for sure. And overall, it looks like you end up going to get it. I mean, you end up going in there and grabbing all of this other stuff, and you got the chalices, you got all this, letters and all these things happening. And overall, I think you end up getting it. I think that you do end up getting it. So, I mean, I'm going to go with a thumbs up. I'm going to go, obviously, entertainment purposes only. But, yeah. So there is that. There was that regret. I think there's that action. There's that very fiery action, the knave of chalices. That not necessarily fiery in this particular thing, but you get the idea. There's that thing where you just want to get that done. And then you're sort of remembering the action, and you're like, no, this is not, it's, I got the sword in hand. This is not the best thing that I've ever done. So yeah, there you go. Got a good humping deck reading. Get your humping deck reading on the list. There we go. All right. Morning after, indeed. We're going with thumbs up. Why would it be a bad idea to meet up with D? It's never a bad idea to meet up with D. Sometimes you just gotta, go find D and straddle it. And go find D and straddle it. But yeah, let's do some cats. Got some cats on here. Where are my cats? Where's my cat? Where is my cat graphic? There it is. Okay. A little bit of Grimalkin tarot in there. Grimalkin. Would it be a bad idea to get you some D? I don't think so. It's well, we just had a morning pill reading. Maybe use protection. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to go get you some D, use a little bit of that protection. It makes life so easy. But would you want to meet up or not meet up with D? Oh, the Knight of Swords says if you do meet up with D, you're going to have to be on top. You definitely have this feeling, right? I'm not saying ride him like a stallion or anything. I'm just saying you have to be on top. There's a clear delineation between who's on top here and who's riding the stallion. Six of Swords says, I think that you should end up meeting with D indeed. The Six of Swords is the meetup. It is the movement. You're getting movement. You're moving forward. You're getting that movement in there. It's a big movement card. And then you have the Knight of Cups with the Mr. Romance. You know what I mean? The Knight of Cups and Mr. Romance. Your heart's throbbing. The stallion is resting now because the stallion, is all emptied out, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, the Knight of Cups, Mr. Romance. I think that's going to be positive overall to meet up with D. Lastly, the Four of Cups says you do end up having a little bit of regret. A little bit of the regret there. Maybe this D is not the stallion that you were looking for, not the Jedi that you were looking for. I don't know. But the Four of Cups says there is a little bit of that, second thoughts happened, or a little bit of that buyer's remorse as far as that goes. But anyway, overall it looks good. That's it. That movement card says just go for it. Go for it. Make sure you're on top, and I think everything will be all right. Everything should be just fine. The Star Tarot, how will my weekend unfold? Unfold. It is the weekend of action. It is the weekend of action. And since ladies in chat, and lady made a nice little donation there, let's use the lady's favorite deck. I think it's still the favorite deck since she hasn't gotten the other one yet. The Hermetic Tarot. The Hermetic Tarot needs to know what is going on with all of that. With all of that, let's see. We do have an unfolding weekend coming. Let's see how it unfolds. You know what I mean? Oh, man. We got the Three of Wands. Definitely searching, seeking, still sort of looking. There is that planning for movement. We have the Ace of Wands. It's time to get busy. It is time to get busy. That Ace of Wands, that new project, that big thing, right next to the Queen of Wands, too. Busy organizing, getting everything organized and getting everything in place. Julie, welcome. How are you doing tonight? April, hello. How are you? The Ace and the Queen, that fiery action. It's time to get your butt moving. Basically, you gotta get that fire. You gotta get moving. The Three of Wands is planning for the future. I mean, you're looking across at that big open land. You're looking at the next big thing. And I think you're planning for the future. You're trying to figure out this goes here, that goes there. Where does everything fit? That's going to be your big thing here. Where does everything fit? That Three of Wands action says it's time to sort of consider that, get that opportunity, get that moving. I think that's going to be a big thing for the weekend. The moon as well. I think that you need to use your intuition this weekend. You have a couple of little decisions that need to be made. Nothing big. Oh, a couple of little decisions that need to be made. Use your intuition on that. If you go with your gut, I think you're going to be a lot better off than if you just sort of plan or do some other things. Obviously, they're minor decisions, but the small decisions, use your gut and go with that. I think you're going to be happier in the end with using your gut than you would be as sort of making a lot of really formal plans over minor stuff. Major stuff, obviously plan it out, but minor stuff, yeah, you know, you got to wing it. Sage Advice Tarot, a non-exempt position. Less stress and more time to pursue my passion. Super Linares it is. Look for okay, so you're looking for a new position. Let's find out about that. Super Linares Tarot it is. Everybody does like this one. If you wonder what this is, by the way, it's not the regular Linares. It is the Super Linares Tarot. This was a Kickstarter. I like it because the gold edging is so pretty. It is so pretty indeed. All right. So basically, you're looking for another job or a non-exempt position. You're looking for something else. So if we did the something else, if we looked for it, not only would we get it, but what kind of outcome will we have in the long run? Whoa, my. That means go for it. Definitely go for it. Definitely look forward to it. The 5 is sort of interesting. You have almost an immediate buyer's remorse. Bottom line, almost an immediate buyer's remorse with the 5. The 5 is the Lord of Disappointment. It does say that I'm disappointed. There's a difference between the 5 and the 8, right? The 5 is I'm currently disappointed and I don't really know what to do. The 8 of Cups is more of I'm done with my disappointment and it's time to move on. It's time to move on to the next thing, right? It's time to move on to that next thing. You do have an almost immediate buyer's remorse. But Sage Advice Tarot, the 8 says go for it, and go for it. This is going to be something that you look for, you get it. You're excited at first, a little bit of buyer's remorse. Overall, the fit between you and this thing is pretty tight. It's pretty good. I think you want to hang on to it. You want it to be a part of you. You want it to be there. That's going to be a very big factor here. Definitely with that Four of Pentacles, not only holding on to what you have, but wanting to expand what you have as well. A big, big meaning here. Expand what you have as well. So a lot of people will say the Four of Coins, right? We're just hanging on. We're being greedy. That's not necessarily it. It is holding on to what we have currently, but wanting to get more of it as well. That coveting of what we have type of feel, and wanting to expand. And I think that's where you're sort of at. Getting that expansion, getting something that's going to be a little bit better, something that's going to allow a little more growth. You know what I mean? And that is going to be sort of where it's at. But overall, it did say go for it and launch forward and do that. Dark Luna, how can I make my YouTube channel a success? A successful YouTube channel. Oh my, we're going to go with... let's go for something fun. Go with something fun. A little bit of that Mons Tarot action. Get some of the shuffling in here and all that good stuff. All right. We're rounding the corner over here. Rounding the corner. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Making a YouTube channel of success. Well, now. What kind of good stuff we got going on here? Kind of good stuff. A successful YouTube, the Five of Wands, the Devil, the Page of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. It's sort of unusual, very unusual read. I think it has a lot of things to say for you, Dark Luna. It has a lot of things to say, definitely there. The Devil says that, especially with the Five of Wands, it says it's a rough start. It's a rough start. In other words, not something to where you're just going to immediately be successful, this huge success. Everything's going to, roses and puppies are going to fall from the sky. But it says that you have a bit of a rough start with it. And I think that's more of being overwhelmed than anything else. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to do as far as that goes. You have to get the banner. You have to get, an intro video. You have to sort of figure out how you're going to deal with this, how you're going to deal with that. You're sort of going to have to figure out, where do I start? What content do I put up there? If you're doing tarot, it's going to be, are you going to do monthly readings? Are you going to do forecast readings? You're going to do pick a card. You're going to do live readings. You're going to do lessons. What are you going to do? Where do you fit in here? I think that's one of the things that you're sort of seeking to get into is where do I fit in this grand scheme called, YouTube? And that's going to be a big factor here. Another thing is that every time you have a good idea, it feels like that there's, I have a problem, sort of implementing it. So I do have this good idea. I want it to look like this. And then you watch a video, you say, I want it to look like this, but you don't really know what this is. A lot of times we go into these technology things if we're not sort of up on that. Maria, thank you for your donation. So we're not fully into the technology, right? We don't know how the hell they did that. It looked great. It looked fantastic. How do you do that? I have no idea. I think you're going to run into some of that too. So you get your inspiration, you're excited, and then you sort of get that downer. You're like, because I don't really know how they did that. But the Devil says there are a lot of things working against you when you get that through that. Page of Pentacles basically says start slow, right? That's a page. It's the beginner. Recognize that you're not going to be an expert on everything. So what can you do a little bit incrementally to make everything better, right? So obviously we're going to start with our phone or stuff like that. So if you want my recommendations, by the way, sort of starting a YouTube channel, I have that on a couple of live streams. I'll talk about that. And also it's in my book. It's available on my Etsy site, link in the description, etc. Page of Pentacles says start slow with what you can do today. So if that's make a banner, if that's call somebody and ask them how they did this video, or what can you do today? And do that every day. A little bit every day, a little bit of research, a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of ideas, sort of implementing this. I can't implement that exactly, but I can get kind of close. I can do my own thing. You know what I mean? I don't want to duplicate everybody. I want to do my own thing. And I think that's where you're at. Page of Pentacles. Start slow, gradually build up. You don't need to be a superstar on YouTube day one. The other thing is the King of Pentacles says that over time, now you have that comfort zone. So now I know that I'm good at pick a card, but I'm bad at forecast. You know, everybody hit dislike on the forecast. I need to improve it, but pick a card, everybody loved it. So pick a card needs to be my main focus right now. So I can get traffic, so I can get what people like. Maybe it's not exactly my ultimate goal at the end of the day, but the more stuff I can put out that people like, the more people are going to come in. And then I'm going to sort of give them my own style, my own spin on everything. And then over time, you go from the page to the king. You become steady. You become that steady content where people rely on you. They know you're going to come up with content as well. And obviously, like I talk about in my book, be yourself, show your personality, because 90% of the people that watch YouTube videos watch it because they like the person that's talking. Like, they don't really give a shit about the content a lot of times. They like the person that's talking. And that's what you see a lot of times. You see it on TikTok. You see it on Twitch. I like this person, and I want to be around this person. I want to be, you know, in the presence of that person and see what they have to say because I like them. So that's basically where you sort of sit at a lot of times with some of these content things. Anyway, there you go. Hopefully that helped a little bit. Again, I go into excruciating detail in my book about sort of what, if you wanted to start a YouTube channel, my recommendations. I mean, I'm just one dude, you know, but, you know, there's a lot of dudes on YouTube that'll give you a different opinion. But if you want my opinion, there's mine. Will Vernon and I get back together? Mad Kitty, thank you for your generous donation. I appreciate you so much. I want to find out about you and Vernon by using a really good tarot. This one right here. This one right here really hits the spot. It hits that spot that I like. You know what I mean? The spot that makes me go, yeah. And let's see what's going on with that. Vernon and you. Been a while. Thinking about Vernon. Need to know what's up with Vernon. Oh man, Vernon has some problems. We got that. Star says yes. Ace of Swords says yes. Empress, King of Swords says yes. So let's discuss Vernon. Vernon's got some problems. Vernon is not perfect. Vernon is not going to be your soulmate. Vernon has not a lot of problems, but Vernon has some difficulties going through and sort of how Vernon does it. The star says that you are going to get back together. I mean, you do have this thread that connects you. And I think the thread has been there. You feel that that is something powerful. You feel this is something that, you know, not really overwhelming you, but it is something where you just know. You know that there's something up with you and Vernon. I mean, you know, one of those things. And the star says that that's pretty prominent here, especially being the first card in the read. First card sort of sets the introduction to what's up. And what's up is your connection with Vernon. Ace of Swords says there will be more contact. There will be. You just got to give it time. It's not now, you give it time, and there will be more contact. I think, let's get the hearts out. I mean, I think there is a great connection between both of you. Now, let's talk about Vernon. Vernon has some issues. Vernon needs to fix. Very indecisive, very on the fence a lot of times. You just like, can you just please God make a decision? It's like, do me a personal favor and can you just make a decision? That'd be fantastic. You know, sometimes you just feel that way. You feel that way. You feel like there's not a lot of things happening too. There's some things going on that you're not aware of. There's some things happening that you need to know, but the communication just isn't there sometimes. Sometimes Vernon is just oblivious to what is actually going on in the real world, it feels like. Empress says, though, when you're just around, I mean, you know, when you're around Vernon, everything just sort of fades away. And the whole world just fades, and it feels like you're in a different world, a better world, a cool place, and you want to be there again. The Empress is so comfortable a card, very comforting, very soothing, just a great card overall. And the King and the Empress, that combination, not exactly the same, not the Emperor and the Empress, but there still is that dynamic there, and it feels like it's such a good match. But yeah, you will be back together. I'm going to give you the thumbs up. Already gave you the hearts, give you the thumbs up as well. You know, it just looks pretty decent. It looks pretty decent overall. Now, there you go. A little Libra in the chart. Vernon might have a little bit of the Libra in the chart. As Boo Boo just said, by the way, please hit that like and subscribe. It lets YouTube know I don't suck. And if you think I don't suck, you let me know. Do you know? Just throw it out there. Throw it out there. In the meantime, we're doing Maria. Is JC, is the hospital visit going to be a short one? You know? I mean, everybody goes to the hospital occasionally, but we want to get out of there as soon as freaking possible. That's for damn sure. That is for sure. Nobody likes the hospital. That place is creepy. The place is creepy. The food's terrible. It smells weird. You always get a room with like the worst person in the world that snores. They fart. They watch TV on the maximum volume. You got to get out of there. You got to get out of there. Let's see if they're going to get out of there. Let's do that. 7 of Wands. They hate the hospital. They don't like it at all. The 5 of Wands. They're going to be there a little while. And not something where they're just going to get out. Not something where they're just going to get out at all. The Moon is a good card for a lot of things. For getting out of the hospital, not so much. You know, it's just not so much. The Moon is a cycles card. It means you're going to be there. It means you're going to be there. The good news is, if you look for, by the way, I talk about this in my new book, the Wheel of Fortune and the Moon, my 2 cycles cards. The Wheel of Fortune is more of a longer time period than the Moon. The Moon being obviously the lunar cycle. It's going to be a little bit shorter. It's going to be a little bit shorter than the Wheel of Fortune. So I think you're looking at a week. I think you're looking at a week or two, basically. So, I mean, you know, that's one of the things. I think you're looking at a week or two. 5 of Wands, they're able to fight the problem. They're able to fight the injury, fight the thing, and they're able to sort of fight it and get out of there. They're able to fight the problem and the medical condition. They'll be able to get out of there. 9 of Coins is such a great card. It talks about having more opportunities, having that growth, having that expansion, and getting the good news. I think they have the good news because they damn sure don't like the hospital. They don't like the hospital at all. Maria, I'm going to go for 1 to 2 weeks. I'm going to go to 1 for 2 weeks. I'm going out on a limb here, going out on a 1 to 2 week cycle, basically weeks, not months, not days, but weeks. All right. And that is it for me. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate and love every one of y'all. Love every one of y'all. Hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.